Believers House of Freedom.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So, people here on the show today, we have someone of great importance, someone of what would like to classify him? But yeah, we're meeting him right now. So, can we meet you, please?
My name is David Elo. I did mechanical engineering at Auchi Polytechnic, and I run the foundation, BHF Foundation for the Youth.
So, how did this foundation come about?
Well, it's all about repositioning the youths to see that they are able to add value to the society, and also to try and see that we're able to get them focused, very, very focused, but many people are distracted today. So it's centered on the youth, although not youth alone, but it's centered on the youth.
Wow. And so far, so good, how has it been?
Wonderful, wonderful. Made tremendous impact. We've been to a lot of high institutions, and we had great impact in industry, lab, and various institutions that we have been to. But I think it could still be better.
Yeah. So, what projects have you worked on so far, so good?
We have programs, we have seminars. We've been doing a lot of seminars. For example, we had a program in University of Lagos some time ago. We had two programs in Unilag. And the first one, about 540 of them came out of drugs, cults, and also out of sexual immorality, homosexuality. They all came out, about 500 and something. We had also in LASU. We also had on that one again, this time around by the Management Students Association in University of Lagos. We had a training for them because we also do a lot of training. Because the problem we have in Nigeria today is making people believe that education is the way to success. You know, that's the lies they've been telling people for a very long time. And we have a lot of people that went to school thinking that once they graduate, they will be successful. You know, only to find themselves graduating and they go back to the streets to sell pepper or crow in the market. You know, so what we try to do is to see how we can get people to know that their talent is crucial, because you are actually created to succeed by your talent. So what we want to do is to get the youth to go back to their talent, find out what you can do, what you enjoy doing, what you have passion doing, because there's a market for every talent. You know, so we'll try and see how we can get them to focus on their talent, and also we've done that, and we've also written quite a number of books, almost 80 books, we had bulletins, and also we did a movie. That was the first one, Cain and Abel, that was done last year, 2020. These are the things we've done so far.
So, can we meet you? Can we know more of you? What was growing up like for you, schools and all that?
I was born in the north. I was born in Mina, in Niger State. I had primary school, primary 1 to 2 or 3 in the north. And I completed my primary education in Warri, in Delta State. And also I went to Rubu College, male school. I was in the hostel. And from there I went to Auchi Polytechnic. I studied mechanical engineering. And so I just come from a family of Christians, and just a humble background. My father is very peaceful, but unfortunately I was not. So we seem to be totally opposite. But I think I was the only bad person in the family.
Wow.
The rest were really very good.
So you are a real worry boy, according to people. But they say people who grow in worry, they are actually very ras and all that. What's your take on that?
People that grow everywhere can be ras. It's just the kind of friends you keep. You know, although there's more tendency to live a rough life when you grow up in worry. You know, but it's a good place. It's a rough place. It's also a good place. It's a nice place to stay.
Okay.
But you must have a large heart.
Wow, to stay in that kind of place. Okay, so what would you say inspired you to become, because BHF Foundation, a lot of people have the dreams, but they don't just chase, they don't pursue it. So what would you say inspired you and what motivated you to start up BHF Foundation?
Well, maybe it's the kind of background and the kind of life I lived anyway. You know, so most of the things that God wants us to put in place were things I've done. And so I know what it takes to be on drugs. I know what it takes to smoke. I know what it takes to take Indian air. I know what it takes to be a cultist, a cult leader. I know what it takes to be a hitman. You know, so we've done quite a number of some of those things, and so we try to see how we can tell the youths that it's the wrong road. They should need to see how they can make a U-turn in case you are living that kind of life. Make a U-turn and begin to face the right direction. Because no matter the speed of a vehicle, as long as you're on the wrong road, you will never get to your destination. So you need to make sure that it gets on the wrong road. And we also have quite a number of people who died during the court wars. And so, for few of us to still be alive and strong, I think we should give direction. That's what we're trying to do.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so currently, before we talk about the future, currently, what programs are you running? Like, what are you running? Because I heard about the radio. So, what are you running currently that would say is enabling you reach out to these youths?
And we have a BHF radio, Radio 9, online radio, which we intend to use to connect to a lot of campuses. Just that last year, the coronavirus stuff and also the ASU strike in Nigeria made things a little bit difficult. But the intention is to see how we can connect most of the campuses. Each campus we go to, we try to connect them on the network so we can have more and more youths on the BHF radio, we have BHF TV, and also the movie is also a new initiative because quite a number of people don't read in Nigeria. Nigerians don't read, but they like watching movies. So we want to try to see if we can also pass some information through movie. So that's what we are trying to work on.
Wow, that's really nice. So, any upcoming project, something you'll be working on soon?
Yeah, this January, on the 16th, we're supposed to have an audition, and also I believe that a week after that, we're supposed to shoot a new movie, The Naked Mothers, which is a book. And it's just about trying to see how we can get the society to be sane again, because there's so much insanity. And gradually, it's becoming a way of life. People don't see it's not a big deal. So it's just about how people dress, how people behave. I used to say that I don't see any reason why a married woman will be so wayward in the way she dresses. Because in the first place, I mean, if you are married, for me to use that word, somebody paid for dowry and the rest you have bought already, except you want to resell yourself again. You want to see how you can remarket yourself again. But you see that these days, even the married women are competing with the young girls in dressing waywardly. And so the kind of clothes they put, some of the married women put on these days, were the kind of clothes that girls in the club that used to stay in the club would find it difficult to wear. When we were growing up, as young as 14 years, I was already going to club. So when I see what people put on these days, it's the same thing with what the club girls used to put on. So we try to correct it, because when you begin to dress like this, you are giving so much attention to the opposite sex. That's why I have a lot of married women today with bastard children, if I should use that word. It's unfortunate what is going on now, but again, I would not, if I should just add this, it's about a lady who was properly brought up and from a good home and the rest, but at the end of the day, she got mixed up with some of God's friends. When the Bible talks about evil communication, people think basically it's only about the youths, everybody. So from a good home, unfortunately, she mixed up with some guys, some wrong ladies, and she joined the club, and they began to introduce her into dressing waywardly. From there, she had a boyfriend, which is almost seems like a normal thing in the world, especially in Nigeria today. And so at the end of the day, it affected her marriage. Her marriage was completely destroyed, and it's quite unfortunate. But there's no useless child. Even the product, for those who are hearing us now, maybe you are a product of a foolish parents and the rest. But there's no useless child. There's no child that is useless. Everybody is created for a purpose. But we want to try and see how we can make our voice to be heard. So people will not just assume that it's a way of life.
So majorly, BHF Foundation is for the youth?
Not just only for the youth, but the target is to get the youth and also the young adult, and also there are also things for the adults, and also because nobody is too old to learn.
Yes.
If you are 20 years and you stop learning, you are old. And if a man is 70 years and is still learning, he's young. So you are as young as your mind. So one of the things we try to do is to see how we can get more and more people. We also focus a lot on the youth because it's easier to burn the fresh fish than a dry fish.
Wow.
So you can get the youth change easier than getting the adults change.
Wow, okay. So what would you like to give? Okay, let me just direct this to the youth. What would you tell the youths now? What are the tips you can give the youth right now?
No, you should focus, first and foremost, you should focus on your talent and your education. I would say that first identify your talent, and if you've not entered the higher institution, I always tell people, study yourself before you know what to study. So what that means is that you must do everything possible to see that you go to school to study your talent. You know, like I've always said, your education is good. It might give you a job, but your talent will make you an employer of labor. So we want to say we can get more and more youth because the rate of employment is high. You know, and when you have over 200,000 people graduating, 200,000 to 300,000 graduating from polytechnic to university, education every year, and you have to say, where's the job? Where's the job? So you must have some level of talent so you can be a job creator, not a job seeker. You know, so what we try to do is to see how we can tell the youth to go back to skills, go back to your skills, because your skills will definitely make you an employer of labor.
All right, so it's nice having you on this show today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Let me just say one word. Please, they should look forward to the movie, The Naked Mothers. It's going to be very interesting.
Yes, it's obviously, the storyline is amazing, trust me. I've read it. Okay, so people, we'll see you same time, same station. Don't touch that dial.